Randy Watson. You know about the boy got his own money, and when I say the boy got his own money, the boy got his own money. We out of here. Check the live feed. What? Rose City Sports Talk, IG, all that. I don't know the tags. I just don't even work here either. I'm out.
You just show up, drink the drink, talk the talk. Chucky Buck's gonna bang in a minute, so I gotta turn this down a little bit.
Continue the second leg. Yo, I had 12 shots on time.
Bro, you turned the last 10 minutes into just like a melee of shots. A melee of shots.
I had to.
One more for NURK.
No, the shot that we're going to take is for DJ Wilson's ankles. Because if you haven't seen the crossover,
that was filthy.
That Chris Paul put, that's the move of the year.
He didn't put it to the floor. He put it to the screen. He left the stadium, the arena. The dude just kept tripping all the way out.
Yo, the memes that are gonna come out, because you know they're gonna have that him traveling over the world.
Oh yeah,
all
the
that.
shit people are gonna green screen impose.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Oh man,
cannot wait.
Sorry, DJ.
Do your thing, internet.
Oh,
do your
man.
thing.
Do your internet. Undefeated.
For real.
There's father time, and then there's the internet.
Yo, the internet will get you quick though.
Undefeated.
Yeah, it really is. Just like me, if you tune into Rose City Sports Talk 503 over on Instagram or YouTube or the .com, just hit subscribe. That'll let you know when the podcast drops. It happens every week, anywhere between like 4 to 6 episodes of me, myself, and I, and this crazy fella, Anwar Jones. And if you like those tunes in the background, that's a producer from Portland. His name is Chucky Buckets. You can check him out at SoundCloud at Chucky Buckets PDX. Yeah, we know. Okay, so last episode we ended it on. You're out of control right now. We were talking MVP. We were talking Harden versus the Freak. We both, unfortunately, agree that the Freak still should get the nod.
I just think he's the best overall. I think he's the best overall player in the league. Offensively, defensively, playmaking, scoring, clutch scoring.
We covered it all.
All that.
We covered it all in the last episode. But here's what we did not talk about: the difference between
clutch scoring would go to James Harden. I mean,
yes.
Giannis does score in the clutch, but clutch scoring does go to James Harden.
But Giannis' defensive presence also has been clutch. He's by far better. If he doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, he's gonna be in the top 3. He should win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's doing the way that Paul George has, unfortunately after his injury, he's tailed off. So a lot of momentum that he had, unfortunately,
MVP Paul George disappeared real quick.
And maybe Defensive Player of the Year Paul George lost momentum too. I think the only other guy that you're mentioning in that conversation is Rudy Gobert. Maybe Draymond Green too can get a nod, but defensively they haven't been the juggernaut that they've been over what we've seen from Golden State. So I wouldn't necessarily say that Draymond is Defensive Player of the Year. I think it's between Giannis, Paul George, and Rudy Gobert, and Giannis might take that. So if you're even in that discussion, and then at the same time you're
there's no consolation though. Giannis needs the MVP. We'll take the Defensive Player of the Year as well.
Yeah, I mean, but
I'm just saying,
you're also the blueprint to your team's whole success.
You could argue if you give him the Defensive Player of the Year, you better give him the MVP as well.
You better give.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because at that point you've already acknowledged.
But that's the thing. I don't like this whole how the media spreads it. They just want to spread it around. They want to write the best story.
Yeah.
They want to we gave it to him last year. They did that to Jordan. They gave it to Malone that one year, and that probably lost the finals for Utah because you just pissed Jordan off. You're the MVP?
Yeah.
All right.
Bro.
Let me go hit the game-winning shot in game 1 to show you who the real MVP is.
Let me push off the best.
But that was before the push off. The dopest thing about Jordan is that game one that he hit in '97, Russell reached. And so they said on the one in '98, Game 6, the last shot, he was waiting for Russ to reach. And right when he reached, he nudged him over a little bit, and boom.
Just use the body weight. He was just using the body weight.
That's why you're the greatest, because you can just tap in. You can just tap into that little mental Rolodex you got up in there.
That memory.
That hard drive you got there is the most ridiculous that we see. Probably maybe LeBron. I mean, that's what helps
LeBron.
That's what helps LeBron out too. But like the greats have that. Where in that moment, where everything is going crazy, your nerves should be getting to you. They calm, cool, and can think back to like, oh, this guy reaches. He knows his scouting report. He's waiting for it. So, get it to So it's just the greatness that some of those some of these guys have. I mean, it's just Giannis right now is displaying it, and I think Giannis is the guy that's gonna. I think he's the MVP. But at the same time,
man just held me.
At the same time, with James Harden, like he's been unstoppable, and like offensively, it's almost like I'm a hypocrite if I.
What's his average? How many points he averages at the line?
36.
At the line.
It doesn't matter. The line,
at the line.
Come on, like this. That
matters to me. That matters to me.
That narrative is
man,
gone.
What the fuck?
Every top scorer in the league goes to the line 10 at least 9 times. Between 9 and 11 free throws. The leading scorer.
What's Dame average?
The leading scorer.
What's Dame average?
He doesn't go to the basket like he's
Dame goes to the basket
at the same rate that James Harden.
He also probably gets fouled on a 3 more than anybody.
What's Dame's nickname? What's his nickname?
We talk about Dame time. We talk about logo.
Logo. If your nickname is Logo Lillard, you're the furthest part from the basket. Like you're Logo Lillard for a reason. You take those deep shots. Like, and there's no shame on that. He can get to the cup when he wants, but his game is more perimeter oriented. Like,
it's paid off. It's paid off for him.
He does what he does. But like James Harden and like the crazies, we haven't seen scoring like this. And when Kobe did his year over, he got the 8th seed. He averaged 30.
Woo! That's some football right there. That's some football right there.
30. Yeah.
That's some football.
35 points a game. I was thinking about Kobe, and I wasn't thinking about passing.
When are you not thinking about Kobe? Yeah. Don't you miss him? Okay, so while we're talking about a great one,
I'm just saying that year when I was pissed off that excuse my language, that he
for pissed off, you apologize, bro. Okay, carry on.
Pissed off. That's all about. More J. I just don't like. If you get 35, you got 35. You got the 81-point year. He had the 80.1 point game. That was the year he did that.
Yeah.
The 62 3/4.
Yeah.
That was that year. I was going crazy when he didn't win an MVP. They gave it to Steve Nash because of stupid best player on the best team, and he had a better year. The also thing was he had a better year than his previous MVP year. And that was one of the reasons that they gave it to him.
Yeah.
Like that's just dumb logic. Like it is. Cause look at what Kobe did. And then if I make that same argument, if I make that same argument, I can't in the same breath
then
say
LeBron should be a
no. I can't say that. Can't say that James Harden isn't the MVP when he's having a more efficient year than Kobe.
You can say the same thing with Russ, though. Russ still averaged a triple-double the following year after he won his MVP.
But he also
averaging a triple-double.
He also willed his team to the playoffs. He also got them into a better situation than we thought that they would be post Durant.
Yeah.
Like that was a good narrative story. Like he averaged a triple-double for the first time. He doesn't have Kevin Durant. He had some of the most amazing performances that year. That game where he hit that game-winning shot against Orlando from like 35 feet. That play was so sick. I should have just shot it.
Yeah, you
with
should.
Neymar.
What are you trying to do? Walk that in?
Yeah, I was
trying to get cheeky.
But
that is not.
I mean, he had an amazing year, but you could have given it to Harden. You could have given it to Harden that year. Like that was a year that he had just as many. He had a lot of triple doubles. He was averaging eight rebounds. He led the league in assists. Like James Harden had a crazy statistical season, and his team was better.
Goal. Woo! That's
like
the game.
So we don't know really.
I feel it.
Nah,
I feel it.
It's crazy.
I feel it. No,
we don't
you're
really
good.
know what the criteria is.
We're
for
in
the
France.
MVP.
I play well in Paris. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna come back and win this game.
He said it. It's on wax, so it's gonna hurt that much more when he doesn't do it. All right, continue. Just let the burn.
Yeah.
Shout out to us. Check us out. If you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast, Rose City Sports Talk. You can find us at Instagram, YouTube, or our .com at rosecitysportstalk.com. All right. Anyways, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit of that Zion. Because let's be honest, without Zion, they would have lost that game.
That was the best game of the tournament so far. That UCF.
I mean, granted, it wasn't. It was Zion missing the shot and Barrett putting it back that won the game.
It was a free throw.
In the end.
I mean, did you have confidence that he was gonna make the free throw?
Kind of, yeah, because he
his 3 game was working, but it's still not great.
That's why he had already hit 3 or 4.
His form is so weird on his free throw, like it wasn't a pure follow through. Like it's kind of.
The point is,
quirky. But
Duke walks away with the win. 77-76.
The main thing is the and one that he had on Taco Fall, though, man. Like
to get Taco out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're Taco Fall, you can't give up the and one on that. Like
you were worried about the dunk the whole game.
Why don't you be 7-6?
Fuck the dunk. You needed that.
Play, man.
You needed that. He did block Zion 3 times.
No, he did, but he wasn't.
Ooh.
He wasn't big on that play.
No,
He was trying not to.
But he already had 4 fouls.
He was trying not to he was trying not to pick up the foul. But look, dog, it's the end of the game.
Yeah, if you're gonna pick it up, you better make
pick
sure
it up right there.
That's
the time. That's the time to do it. Because what that decision ended up doing is not only did you give up the bucket, but then because you fouled out, you gave up the offensive rebound because you weren't out there.
What? That was a deflection. Oh my.
It was just a great, but it was an amazing game, and the fact that Andre.
That was me, sir. That was me. I'll take
Andre
that card.
Is it Andre Dawkins? Was it Arby Dawkins or Andre Dawkins? What's the kid from UCF?
Dawkins.
I think it's Arby Dawkins.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I said Dawkins.
But it was Johnny Dawkins' son.
Yeah.
And the fact that he grew up there. In the Duke culture,
Dad played there.
Dad played there. Was a star player. Coach there.
Actually, Grant Hill was telling a story during the game about how Duke gave Dawkins a pop-a shot when he was a little. His first ball experience was Grant Hill giving him this. That's how a part of the Duke family he was.
He's there.
Yeah. That's right, and he didn't go.
And to have that type of game, he went and played with his pops.
Yeah, but he went off.
But to have that type of game, and for him to miss that bunny on that tip, for that ball not to drop, how does that ball not drop in? How does the banker not go in? Because the banker looked like it wanted to go in, and then just off the tip,
he hit every shot except for shots that mattered.
Yeah,
because he kept them in it, and at times.
He was pure with that jump shot off the dribble too, man. Like he was a walking bucket that game.
Yeah, the stock went up there.
It's like you look at him like you're the prototypical size for a two guard. Everybody wants a 6'6", 210 pound 2 guard, like pure shooter. Can you replicate that? He needs to use that. He'll probably go to the pre-draft camps. And try to use that momentum to get drafted. If he doesn't,
sir, he's holding me in the box. What's in the box?
But he definitely put his name out
trying.
there.
I can always tell when Anwar's trying because he starts leaning in and out of the frame of the shot, trying to make things happen.
Bang! Oh! Should have been a goal right there. That's what we're popping too, man.
If you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast at Rose City Sports Talk 503. You can find us on iTunes and pretty much everywhere else that matters. But what we always to do is we're playing FIFA Live. So if you want to check out the live game feed, you can find us on Instagram. That too is also at Rose City Sports Talk 503. Log in, say what up, talk some shit. Let us know if you want to play. We're down for this.
You gotta get that swim.
And then sometime next week, I believe, we're set up for the Twitch debut.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. So that'll be fun as well. But yeah, okay. Anyways,
what's better is that we still got 15 out of 16 teams.
I was gonna say, let's talk about our bracket. if you did not watch our bracket episodes, which was sometime last week, it was a 2-parter. You should go back and watch that. We did it on the fly. There was no discussion beforehand. We just decided, we're gonna fill out the bracket live on the air. We did it on Anwar's phone through our Rose City account. We have 15 of the 16 remaining teams in our brackets. So
I can't believe
it would be 16 out of 16.
Stupid Nevada, man. Nevada, that's like, come on. Like they killed it.
We're killing it though. We're still killing it.
Iowa State
was the initial loss.
I can't believe I didn't take Ohio State in our bracket. Like that was the thing.
That is your team.
Yes, that was the thing that we were just. I was caught slipping. I was talking a lot about Iowa State.
I argued off of it.
Yeah, I was like, I like their system.
You let me win an argument quickly, and I was like, okay, don't bring it back up. That Ohio State is out the league, out the tournament early, and Anwar has nothing to say about it.
They didn't go to the Sweet 16, so it doesn't matter.
No,
but that game made me mad.
Of course
we talked about Oregon, man. I think they're knocking out Virginia.
Yo, Wooten.
I think that Wooden.
Oh my God.
Wooden. As I was with Trevor, my boy.
He's not so much a surprise killer or a silent weapon now.
He kept calling him Jordan Bell. Like
he
looks like Jordan. He's Jordan Bell 2.0.
Yeah. You ain't getting it. No, Wooten looked good.
This is crazy.
Pritchard,
Lake Oswego's finest.
Was it Lake? No, it was West Lynn.
Was it West Lynn? West Lynn's finest. I'm sorry.
Because we worked his broadcast 2 years in a row because West Lynn was dominant. My buddy Kevin Mills is the AD over at West Lynn. And
my boy Corey was coaching there.
And Pritchard was doing work 2 years in a row. They put in work at the USA 6A level. But anyways, Pritchard, when he's a hot. He's streaky, but the streaks.
His handle's so tight.
His streaks rack up the points quickly, so you don't really care that he gets cold from time to time.
They were streaky in that game. It took them like 6-7 minutes to score the first.
Oh my! The double post. That happened. The double post.
Oh my God.
The double post. Oh, Portland Timbers fans, say what up. That felt reminiscent.
I can't believe that didn't go in.
That's great. That's
like my expression on my face.
Great.
Like
you thought you dropped it. Oh,
yeah,
that was wonderful.
I mean, and look, I felt like that was UCF. You know, those type of shots. The crazy thing is that this tournament this is probably the
fun.
least. I'm about to say this is one of the least enjoyable tournaments.
No, I'm having fun.
There hasn't been a lot of games that just have been down to the wire. What are you talking about?
Our philosophy has panned out through and through.
There's not that many great prospects.
2 out of the 4 12-5 upsets happened, which we pretty much called.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's bracket
Oregon.
It's bracket 1.
Oregon was one of those, but I said from the beginning, Oregon looks like a bracket buster. They looked scary.
I think I talked you into having them go further.
They come.
I think I did.
Once we beat Washington's ass in the Pac-12 tournament to take the championship and get the spot, I pretty much started feeling real confident.
Oh my!
Yeah, you're losing, and you're gonna. Ooh, I'm gonna drop another one right here just to say what up. Oh, sir! What the?
Come on!
What are you teasing me at the box? What the hell? But anyways, okay. So we know who we have not talked about.
I think it's been a boring. Me personally, I think it's been a boring tournament.
Even with Moran, and
he lasted one game. He was there one game. That
one game was worth it.
That one game was dope.
That one game was worth
it. And that first 5 minutes of the second game was dope too when he started hitting on the threes.
In his draft stock, what did it do?
He went from maybe top 3 to like I'm top 2. But it's also going to be.
I think he's solidified number 2.
It depends on who.
That's an ass whooping.
It depends on who gets the pick. Like if Phoenix gets it, of course they're taking him. If Chicago gets him,
very important.
They're taking
very
him.
important.
If New York gets it, they're taking Barrett.
Very important. I caught you with a curse.
Yeah, the game's already over. You see, I'm annoyed. I do like the other guys that I like. Culver from Tennessee. He's looked nice. I like Kobe White. I think Kobe White is.
I was gonna say White.
I think he's
White
a second
continues
guard
to add to his the stock.
He's a second guard taken in the draft. I think it goes Ja Morant, and I think it's gonna go Kobe White. Like he's
what?
As far as guards.
Okay.
Guards taken, but he can easily go in the top
because he jumped.
He can easily go in the top 5.
That one game had him jump. Barrett.
I mean, he's the 2. I like Zion number 1, Ja Morant number 2, Barrett number 3, Culver number 4, and I would say I'm going with Kobe White, man. I like Kobe White.
So you got Kobe White over
like
Reddish, who has been getting hot now that the tournament.
Cam Reddish is the ultimate tease of a
He's
prospect.
not a tease.
Yes, he is.
My God. One, he's a freshman.
What?
2,
what
he's
more of a
playing
tease?
with 2 other top 2, now top
open
3.
Jump shot. Score at the basket. Actually, when Zion is out,
he's got a big game winner. Talk to Florida State about that.
He's hit
a
couple big shots.
Yeah.
He hit the biggest shot. He hit the biggest shot in the game in the UCF game. Went out after Dawkins missed the alley-oop.
Yep.
He came down and splashed that, and everybody knew he was gonna splash that. He came out so.
How do you miss that alley-oop?
His shot is the purest. Like his shot looks money. His form is perfect. He's the prototypical size.
So again,
but
5th pick.
But why have you not done it? Where has this been? So it's gonna be he's the classic prospect that's gonna
in the shadows,
get you fired,
hiding behind the 1st and 3rd pick.
He's gonna get you fired if you draft him, and he's gonna get you fired if you don't draft him.
No, it's crazy
because he can turn out to be great.
People have spent more time talking about how, not up to par. And that's putting it nicely. That Jones has been off and on all year, but they have not really talked about Reddish's high points.
He hasn't had too many high points.
He hasn't needed to because he's been behind either Zion when he's healthy. Zion's the man.
What do you like?
When Zion went out, Barrett was the man. Yes, Reddish started dropping more buckets when Zion was gone.
What is their main thing that they're missing right now? Shooting. Outside shooting.
Yeah.
Cam Reddish is supposed to be the sniper. He was the guy that they brought in to be the sniper, to be the shooter. He was the guy that when those guys are drawing double teams, he's gonna sit there and get busy. Where has it been?
Yeah.
Like that's what's frustrating because we know it's there.
You know what?
We know the talent is there.
I'm gonna counter myself too now that I'm thinking about White's defense.
Kobe White's defense, I mean, I would say it's the greatest.
No, but he has his energy level is there. His recoveries, I like them.
He reminds me of D'Angelo Russell. That's my comparison to him. He reminds me of D'Angelo Russell. The way
what year D'Angelo Russell?
His body type.
What year?
They're both skinny 6'5" type of guards. They're
D'Lo ain't that skinny now.
He's bulked up, but like he's not that big. But yeah, they have nice jump shots. They have the nice little step back. He has a step back to the right and to the left with Kobe. He's good. He's great in catch and shoot situations. He's dynamic in the open court. Probably even more so than D'Angelo is in open court. He has nowhere near the court vision that D'Angelo Russell. So that's where some of the conversation has to stop in that sense. But just as a game type, I mostly like to compare guys like what's their game type. It might not be always like
for me when I'm thinking
100%.
If I think first
similar,
out,
but
D'Lo,
style,
you're putting him in, you're getting buckets, energy, but more focused on just buckets. With White, you put him in, you're getting immediate defensive intensity. You're getting an up-tempo offense, at least wherever you were.
Roy Williams pushes the rock.
Bro,
they push that
and watching him, he's
they
fun.
Get eight. The stat they threw out, like they get most of their shots within 8 seconds.
We said ultimately we wanted to see a Duke Carolina rematch.
That's what we have. That's what we have.
So,
and I think you know what? It's
I
funny.
would love to see it. I think it's possible.
I think Duke might lose that game.
Dude.
Like, I know we picked Duke to win, but I think if that happens again,
after what I just saw this last weekend, yeah,
they look. And I'm worried. The game I'm worried about, because I think Duke will end up getting to the Final Four. But if they meet Gonzaga with Clark, we talked about Brandon. We talked about Brandon Clark. They got Hashimura. They have depth. Who's that guard? I can't think of the guard's name, but their guard. They have the guard that's pretty solid.
This is where the fanboy in me takes over and be like, nah, dude.
They look dangerous. Like,
they do look dangerous.
They look
but
dangerous.
I'm saying when it matters most, Duke's
they're the most
stars turn it on. We saw it happen.
They do that, and they play hard.
Oh my God, so hard. Both sides of the ball.
Barry, like, he gets a lot of flack for maybe his shot selection, and justifiably so.
Yeah, as he should.
Sometimes he just puts his head down and just goes to the basket and is frustrated.
He'll pull up it. Yeah.
He does that little lefty drive with the at the lane, and he doesn't really. I mean, sometimes you just gotta reverse and pivot, like be under control, like sometimes. But it's really, you know it's coming.
Yeah.
But
predictable.
It's predictable. But at some points, that kid just plays hard. He rebounds hard. He'll get a lot of dimes.
I love college basketball.
Like he plays, he wants it.
I know
Zion is the ultimate hustle player, but he's the best.
I don't know how you think this tournament's been boring. We've had a few upsets. We haven't had the buzzer beaters. We haven't had the buzzer beaters.
Name me, but not
We've
even
had
that.
upsets, but we haven't had the buzzer beaters.
But maybe where's the big Cinderella story that's out there? Like,
Oregon the 12 seed.
But we
lost our NBA prospect after the 9th game of the season.
And they would have been a championship team if they have.
Yeah. And then we were the 6th seed.
I like Bobo, and Bobo should be in the top 10 on all draft blocks.
Bobo, I hope you did not take that money. I hope you did not take that money.
No, he's going to the league.
No. They're going after him for taking money right now. Nike.
He should get money, man.
I understand that. I'm saying
stop criminalizing the thing that they should get.
That's a whole nother episode.
It's criminal that they don't get money.
I agree.
It's criminal that they don't get more than what they get. It's criminal that they don't have their likeness. That they don't own their own likeness. Give them that solves it all. That's the one thing. Let me sign this document to get my damn name back. It's my name. Mama named me Clay, not the NCAA. Like, you did.
So I'm gonna call him Clay.
like that's like, come on. Seriously.
There's another reference for you, and if you don't know what you're talking about,
the Zion
you should. This has been another episode of FIFA Sessions here at Rose City Sports Talk. As always, Bryce, Trost, Anwar, Jones. Tip of the cap to Chucky Buckets for providing the beats. You did lose. You lost by 3 goals, 7-4 on aggregate. Shout out to the folks on Facebook. Shout out to the folks tuning into the live feed on Instagram. Twitch, we're coming for you. And as always,
coming for Twitch.
We're out of here. Tune in tomorrow. We doing this tomorrow? I think we're doing this tomorrow. Travel coming over tomorrow? We're doing this tomorrow. You already know.
Baby, I'm gonna try. And we didn't even talk about the fact that we're seeing each other in the championship game. This man came back. He was down
260 points, baby.
Came back. Now we're in the championship.
On the fantasy league.
It's going.
And I haven't even won it yet.
And I'm about to win the chip. You know what I'm about to do? I'm buying all Laker hats with that money. So
get the fuck out.
All Laker. That's what I'm doing. I already mapped out what I'm doing. Thank you very much.
Predictable.
I'm just